Hey, what's going on, guys? It's you here and welcome back to a brand new design video. And in this video I'm going to be telling you guys how to avoid creative block as a graphic designer. Now this won't be too long of a video. It'll be pretty short and simple. We're going to get straight to the point for almost all of these tips. And yeah, no face cam for this video because I did have some errors setting it up, but it's okay. You'll still hear my amazing voice. So for the first tip on getting rid of creative block, I'd personally say just try using new fonts. This is graphic design, so you're gonna probably be using fonts a lot. So be sure to download some new ones. Go on Adobe Fonts. The font is cool. I did mention it a few times, but after a certain point, you start to run out of some fonts on there that are actually usable in actual graphic design. So personally, I'd say go to Adobe Fonts if you do have the full version of the Adobe Creative Cloud. Be sure to download some Adobe Fonts and use those. Try and download as much as you can. You can also save them and don't have to download to save some storage on your computer. So you can do that as well. Personally, I go through Adobe Fonts like every month or so, try and find a new font to add. I try to add at least 1 to 2 just to spice it up a little bit and try and use them in new designs. And yeah, just try some new fonts out that can really help you change some things up in your designs. Number 2, personally, I'd say there are some days where you have a lot of ideas and there's days where you have none at all. So I'd say whenever you have ideas and you don't want to forget them, please write them down. It'll save you the hassle of trying to remember that one idea you had 3 days ago, a week ago, a month ago. Just write them down. You can get those ideas put on your program, or if you put them on paper, you could sketch them out if you want, but I personally say just write them down just so you know the base idea that you had for it, and try and get those done, or just work on them slowly. Try to get them try and evolve them as you go along. Even if you keep getting that creative block, just try to keep adding to it. Don't just leave it in the dust and then never go back to it. Try to add to it, and yeah, that's pretty much what I've done with a few projects of mine when it comes to some of my Instagram posts. Like some of them I leave and wait and then come back the next day and then finish them up and change a bunch of stuff. Like sometimes the entire layout changes of the design, so sometimes you just need that rest and then come back and then look at it a different way. But I'd personally just say write down your ideas, and it really helps get organized and get more designs done. Third, I'd personally say if you need inspiration, please look at your social medias. I look through Twitter, Pinterest, and Behance. Pinterest, everyone I guess used to believe that that's like an app that like old ladies use to look up those like inspirational quotes kind of thing, but it's really good for graphic design and stuff like that, so you can use Pinterest for that. Behance has the section where you could just go on the home page and just scroll down and give you stuff that's recommended to you. It's always good to look at stuff that's not always in graphic design. You can also look at like other art pieces and try and learn things from them. Like most drawing and stuff has negative space you can learn from that they use to draw. You can use that. Shading and stuff like that, you can always implement shading into your graphic design depending on what kind of graphic design you do. But yeah, you can look at that. And then Twitter, if you're following anybody that is a graphic designer, most of the time they end up posting the link to their Behance, or they post the actual design, and yeah, so you could look at it that way and just try and get inspiration from there. So yeah, the next tip I'd say is mess with the program. So if you're using Illustrator, I recommend just messing around and learning Illustrator, trying to learn all kinds of different stuff. I personally did not know anything about Illustrator until my college semester, because I just didn't have enough motivation to actually learn it myself. So I just took the class and I learned more than I do now. I also learned InDesign and stuff like that. So yeah, just mess around with the program, learn different stuff, and then you can implement the stuff you learn into your designs. It sounds kind of cringy and sounds like something a teacher would say, but it's actually true. Like, you will learn something that you will implement into your designs, especially if you go into Photoshop where they have hundreds of options of what you could do. Yeah, you could just mess around, just do different kind of stuff, and then eventually just implement those cool things you learned into your new designs. And the last one I'd say personally would be challenge yourself as a designer, and look at professional designs and try to, like, I guess, recreate them in your own way. So like if you see like a cool design on Instagram or Twitter that you're like, man, I wish I could do that, I wish I could make that, then try to remake it. Like if you analyze each part of that design and then try to implement it in your own design, it's great for you to improve, and you can eventually implement those different parts and pieces into your own designs, and not like, you know, be like, oh, I wish I could do that. You know how to do it now. So yeah, you could do it that way and just learn bit by bit. Look up different textures and stuff if you need the texture of it, if it's something that you don't have. There's always the websites. I did make a video on the websites that you could use as a graphic designer. I'll probably put that as a card in the top right. But yeah, if you want to learn something, you gotta try and do it in a different way. Just if you don't want to like sit there and watch a video for like 20 minutes learning how to do it, then you could try and force yourself to do it by just looking at different design posts and trying to recreate it the best way that you can. So yeah, that's basically it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. I know I have been trying to get back into the YouTube on this channel. I have been uploading speed arts and stuff like that. I haven't really uploaded any how-to videos or anything like that, but this should be the first one back. I'll try to get more done and post more on this channel because it's, I don't know, I just really enjoy doing YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I always seem to struggle to have time or find time to record. Or not even that, it's just like sometimes I just can't. There's just too much going on. So yeah, that's basically it, and see you guys in the next video. Later.